All right, y'all. Let's see what we got here. We're going to go ahead and get into it because I want to be off in an hour for sure. All right, let's see. Back again. Let's get this in. Fight week is here. A couple more days and we got a big one, man. It's crazy, man. These days are going by fast, man. These days go by fast as hell, man. Let's see, Marcus Bell. But we got a big one, man. That's why I wanted to save this fight for today, man, because I was like, I'm gonna be talking about it for a minute. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, let me see. Talking about Sarge and Gatto, Chason, and Pennington. But I said, man, I gotta come back tomorrow and talk Lemos and Hill, man, because this one's crazy. This fight here is gonna be good. So, no intro, no music. Let's get into it, man. Just pulling some stuff up here. Let me see. I'm just looking at these interviews too today, man. Too, I heard Lemos, talking about the KO, and I want to pull that up. I said Lemos is confident, man. She ain't playing. Angela Hill better be careful. All right, let a few more y'all come in here. About 6 or 7 in here now, so yeah, we can do this. Let's see what we got. Just been watching her train too, man. It's been crazy. She's really been training hard, man. Like putting in the work. She's showing that power. All right, y'all. So yeah, 2 more days. We got a good strawweight fight. Amanda Lemos is taking on Angela Hill. So let's talk about this fight. Let's get our predictions up out the way. This is on the main card. It is not the co-main event, but it is let's see, the third fight from the main event. So it's the co-main event. The only women's fight on the main card, but it's the biggest to me. It's a big one. So yeah, we got Amanda Lemos, who's looking to get into that top 10. As y'all know, she was supposed to be taking on Nina Azaroff, but Nina Azaroff said, "Oh no, we ain't messing with that fight." All right, she said, "We are not messing with that fight." She dipped up out of that fight, and of course, Angela Hill steps in. Shout out to Angela Hill. Angela Hill, she's the throwback fighter. She'll take on anybody. She stays active. 2020, she fought like 4 times. During the pandemic. Angela Hill was, raking them in. She was pulling these fights in. So I got to give her a lot of credit, man. She's one of the ones that hasn't ducked anybody. 13-10 definitely says something about Angela Hill. That may say, okay, she's not the best, but it says Angela Hill is active and she likes to work. She doesn't care who it is. She's willing to fight them, right? But I know the other day, everybody was already like talking about this. This has been a situation where people are thinking that Amanda Lemos might come in here too confident. She might be looking for a KO all night, and it could cost her the fight. Some people think that. Some people think that Lemos might come in here and, get a little winded. But I was like, I don't know, man. Like, Amanda Lemos has never been that type. Like, her knockouts have really come by just being really, really methodical with it. She's very technical with how she lands her power punches. Like, it's not like Lemos fights like Andrade, where she goes in there throwing big punches or just winging wild shots. Lemos picks her punches. She's just a very heavy-handed fighter. She's very powerful, very accurate, and that's something she's really been working on is her technique. Like, she's never been one to go in there swinging wild. That's why I don't know why people think she would go in there and get winded or, go crazy in there. That's not her style. Like, if anything, like I said, Angela Hill's the one who's kind of gassed in the past. She kind of gasses out a little bit, with her style, a lot of movement, not much power on the punches, but she's always like constantly moving around. So she's the only one I think with really gas in this fight, you know? Well, let me see here. Let's pull up these rankings, man. Because it's about time for Lemos to make a big statement. I'm ready, man. Because she's like 34 years old. Time is pushing, man. Time is pushing. Let's see, Amanda Lemos, of course, is number 11. Angela Hill's number 12. So this is not like a big fight now. Because Nina, she was what, number 6. So that fight would have definitely got her into the top 10. I mean, is this fight gonna get her in there? I don't think so. It might push her up to 10 depending on how she looks. But I don't know. Because Ebos just defeated Jandaroba. Ebos is number 10. Would it be fair to switch them out? I don't know. If not, Lemos is still going to be holding down the number 11 until she can get somebody like Tisha Torres or the winner of Waterson Ebos, right? So we'll see. But let's take a look here. We got the rankings up. Lemos, like I said, she's 34, 5'4", 65-inch reach. Angela Hill actually has a half-inch reach. She's 36, 5'3". She's been around the block, man. 13-10. Faced a lot of different styles. But the one thing about Hill is that she never really improved, She's never really had like a great improvement. She's worked on her ground game, yeah, a little bit. But nothing really big. Like, she's still not like a threat on the ground. Her takedown defense isn't the greatest. I think that she's just very, very set in her ways somewhat with her styles, So I think that this is a fight where, she is going to have to really commit to her strengths, And the question is, can she do that? Like, can she fight at a rhythm where she can get respect from Lemos? I don't know. I mean, really, I don't think so. We'll see fight night, but to me right now, I don't think so. Let me see. So, out of their past 4 fights, Amanda Lemos is 4-0, with 3 of those coming by finishes. That's right, she's 4-0. She's on a 4-fight win streak. Angela Hill is 1-3. 1-3. So, before you judge that, though, that's against better competition. Also, you still have to say, okay, Angela Hill did fight Claudia Gadelha, who, in my opinion, she beat. So this might make us look at it a little different. All right, like Angela Hill's 1-3, right? But I think a lot of people feel Angela Hill won that fight. A lot of people feel like she beat Michelle Waterson and she beat Ashley Yoder. So technically, you could say she's 3-1. Technically, you could say that. The only loss coming to Tisha Torres a few months back. But yeah, you could actually say she defeated Waterson and Claudia. Actually, she outworked them, landed better shots, and landed some good technical punches against Claudia Gadelha. So that was a good technical effort from her. I mean, I think she could have won that fight, in my opinion. So technically, you could say she is 3-1, and she has better combination. She has better competition. She has better competition on her resume. So yeah. I mean, it might be a little bit more interesting than people think. Because Angela Hill, she has a very, very, vast background in Muay Thai now. She's very good at measuring her range now. She knows how to let the right hand go. Um, Still doesn't know how to adjust, but if this turns into a stand-up fight, might get a little interesting here. If Lemos wants to continue to box, who knows what Hill could do in the first couple of rounds. This is a 3-round fight, so all Hill has to do is really put in work in the first 2 rounds, right? So we'll see. Let me see here. Marcus Bell said, bring on that big statement. Yeah. He said Lemos is a great boxer. Yeah. Yes, he is. Very good footwork. Mm-hmm. The boss said, I think Lemos wins the decision. Angela Hill does not want to exchange with her. Wouldn't be surprised if Hill tries to wrestle. Ooh, if she tried to wrestle, I think that would be dangerous, man. That would be dangerous. The boss said, is Claudia 2020 still good competition? I think so for Angela Hill, considering, she's taking on a grappler, and her being able to get that win. Well, she didn't get the win, but I think she was robbed. I think that was still impressive on her part. It's not the best, but that's still you can still say Claudia is probably a better name than maybe somebody like Miranda Granger, you know what I mean? It's still a higher level there. Yeah, so Ernest said, why is Marina in the background? Because I put her there and I'm gonna probably talk about her. Because I put her there and I want to talk about her as far as getting the title shot. So, but we're not getting to that yet. We'll hold off on that. So, yeah, Amanda Lemos, let's see, going into this fight here, man, I think she really needs to apply that pressure like she does, that educated pressure, that good mid-range boxing that she's good at, and just really make make her feel suffocated, if that makes sense. Like she was doing to Livia and Renata Souza. Of course, Livia and Renata Souza brings a different style. I think she just needs to really walk her down, keep her in that position where Angela Hill, can't get off the angles, can't dip out, can't get off those little punches and then try to, get to her safe zone, get back to the center, apply the pressure and make her get her back to the cage. You know, I really think the boxing of Amanda Lemos is going to be something different for Angela Hill. Like, yeah, she comes from the Muay Thai background, but she rarely fights opponents with this type of skill set. I think that Lemos, even her leg kicks, they pack power. And I think the minute, she starts to really, if she can really sit down on her punches, you'll see Angela Hill's whole rhythm change in this fight. I think she'll kind of go into survival mode, honestly. Like, if she can land one good shot square on her jaw, I think Angela Hill is probably going to go into a different mind frame. Because one of the things, like in her fight with Andrade, she was able to roll with a lot of punches, get out the way. She took some big ones, but she could always get on a bite. But I think that Lemos is very, very educated at her pressure. Like Andrade, she'll chase you. As of recently, she just started cutting the octagon off and putting that pressure on, right? But now, when you're dealing with somebody like Lemos, the way she knocks girls out is much more technical. It's much more technical. Like if you see her stance, how she throws her jab, how she's kind of feinting you. She leans forward, she'll kind of feint you in, and then boom, she'll throw the right hand over the top. A lot of her movement is very, very calculated. It's very, very calculated how she does it. So timing is going to be big in this fight. Timing is going to be big, with Angela Hill throws those flurries, taking a step back, setting up a hook, check hook, getting her to walk into punches. That's going to be big, timing it, timing those flurries, timing how Angela Hill likes to take that approach and throw that loopy right hand. Oops, let me see here. Let me see. Straight said Hill's only chance is distance points fighting. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like, well, I'll get to her in a minute. I ain't talking about her yet. Lemos, though. Lemos, she has to really make her power known early because that way, I think that's the only way she's going to get that respect from Angela. Because Angela, I give her credit. Like, she'll still fight to the very end, unless you submit her, you know, Angela's still going to stay in a fight. She's pretty durable. Let me see it. Angela, how many times has she been knocked out? I don't think she's been knocked out any, right? She's only been submitted because her footwork saves her and her durability saves her. See, let's look at this record. 10 losses, and Angela Hill's never been knocked out before. So if you go back and look at all of her fights, she's avoided being knocked out because of her footwork. So what Lemos needs to do in this fight is really cut that octagon off, like I was saying. Start with the foundation, chop the legs down, chop it down, and then work the body. And then that sets up the punches. Like, one thing I'll say for Lemos is don't headhunt in this fight. We know she has the power, but if she's headhunting in this fight, if she continues to headhunt, Angela Hill's going to find out her game plan. Like, that's one way I see Lemos winding herself. Like, if she continues to just go for headshots and she doesn't let it just come to her and set up counters, she probably would get winded. Because Angela Hill, like I said, she's kind of chaotic sometimes. She can move side to side and, she's always doing something with her hands. She's kind of fainting. So it's got to be a body attack to me. Body attack. Because once you slow her down, then the target is still. When the target is still, then the chin is there to be found. Chin will be right there. So Lemos, timing. I want to see her use that check left hook. Set up the right hands. Cut off the octagon, stalk smart, and just make that presence known. I mean, right now, and I think Lemos, she's just in a she's just in like a beast mode. The more and more I look at her train, she's just in like this beast mode that I don't know if Angela Hill will really survive this fight, man. Like, I really have to reach to find out what Angela Hill can do right now, because looking at the training, some of these training clips of Lemos, she's just like really, really on it. I mean, I hope she's not overtraining, but she's really, really developing her power. And that power is coming from the legs. Let me see. Let's see. Brian Williams said Hill's problem is she presses forward the whole fight, but doesn't throw enough. She's always waiting, trying to line up the perfect shot, and often gets caught looking. Yeah, she's not really. And that's the thing. Like, I don't know why Hill looks for the perfect shot. It's not like she's a hard puncher. To me, she has to be a volume puncher, like a smart volume puncher. But even then, she's not like throwing the best combinations. Like, her combinations aren't that effective. She's ready to move out of harm's way. That's why some of her shots don't really like do damage. Because look, Angela Hill, she's never been stopped. But how many people has she really stopped? Like Ariane Carnelossi. That wasn't a girl she like flatlined. She stopped Hannah Cyphers with ground and pound. She did drop Claudia Gadelia with a good I think was it right hand or left hook? Yeah, she did drop Claudia with a good time shot, but excuse me. She hasn't really knocked anybody out either. Let me see. All the way back to her early career, even in Invicta. Yeah, she didn't really stop him. She stopped her first fight. Yeah, Angela Hill's not really like a hard puncher. She won't get knocked out and she won't knock you out, you know? So it's kind of a safe bet, right? It's kind of a safe fight. It's kind of a safe fight in some ways. Um, but yeah, that's like the main keys I see for Lemos is to use her timing. Don't try to, compete. Well, I'll say don't let the speed overwhelm her or the volume of Angela Hill. Just time her when she comes in, set up good right hands to the chin. Don't just throw wild shots or head hunt, and make sure you use timing to set up those punches and chop away at the body. Like I said, you get the legs of Angela Hill, boom, she's off the bike. She's off the bike. And then the knockout comes. And I say mix it up too, man. Like I say press the fight to the cage and surprise Angela Hill by getting her to the ground. Because I think the better fighter on the ground here is Amanda Lemos. I mean, let me see. What is her belt? Does she got a purple belt or a brown belt? Let me see. Does Amanda Lemos got a purple belt? Somebody tell me she had a purple belt or she has a brown belt. Does she? Dang, Lemos was supposed to fight Arlene Blanco like 4 years ago. So yeah, she'd be fighting at any division. Let me see here. She's supposed to fight at flyweight before, strawweight, bantamweight. She finally found her home though at 115, man. That's crazy, man. She was all over the place. I don't know. I don't see what belt she is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Lemos belt is. I mean, does anybody else know what she is? Uh, yeah, no, mm-mm. I'm not sure. But from what I've seen, the work she's putting in on the ground, just been following her as of lately in training. I think her ground game is better. I think she's stronger. And all you have to do is really get Angela Hill on her back, and you'll have success. So that's another key: taking the fight down to the ground. You know, you don't have to keep this fight standing. I know she wants to knock out, but don't go chasing it. Because again, Angela Hill, she's not knocking anybody out, but she's also not getting knocked out. But that movement, it can be chaotic. Lemos has never really seen it before, so Hill can still be approached with caution, if that makes sense. Like Hill can make you look bad even in a win. Let me put it that way. Like she can make you look bad if you don't come in there on your game. And believe me, if Lemos goes in here and wins it, and she wins by decision, I guarantee a lot of y'all gonna think she's overhyped. So Lemos has to make this a dominant victory. If she can't get the knockout, like it has to be a dominant decision. Because I know if she go in there chasing or trying to box the whole night, and she's not landing clean, everybody gonna push her out the door. They're gonna say, "Oh, Lemos ain't ready." So it's got to be a smart approach. It's got to be a smart approach. Like she has more power. Yeah, she has more power than Hill. But let's take this thing to the ground. I think this fight can go to the ground easy. I know everybody wants to see a knockout, but I want to see her dominate regardless. Like submission. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see a knockout. I want to see a knockout too. But I wouldn't mind if she did drop Hill, then got back up, and then got on her and got a submission too. So, but let's see, Angela Hill, man. Let's talk about Angela Hill here, man. Like, what is she gonna do, man? What is she gonna do to win this fight? Oh man, let's see. Let me think. I got a couple points here. I mean, first, she has to do what keeps her alive in every fight is use her footwork. She's got to use that footwork, but she's got to be committed to she's got to be committed to straight punches. I'm not going to just say the jab, but she has to be committed to straight punches because sometimes her right hand isn't on money, and that annoys me about her. Like she'll throw an overhand right a lot. Like Angela Hill throws an overhand right. She doesn't throw the straight right enough. Like I need to see a straight right hand and I need to see a straight jab, you know? Because if you match or you try to fight fire with a fighter like Lemos, who knows? Like straight punches might throw her off her game. And you got footwork. If you're moving side to side, that might throw Lemos off. Granted, I know Lemos is a good boxer. She's good. She's good on the feet. But who knows? Like if somebody comes at her, kind of like Pena did to Nunez, it might throw her off her game. You never know. So straight punches is number one. You need straight punches. You need footwork. You need angles. You need those type of angles. Um, Smart combinations, man. Smart combinations. You got to be able to throw those flurries and make them count. Like sometimes he'll just be throwing out little dusters, man. She be them little pity pats, like them little patty cake punches. And a lot of fighters walk through those. Tisha Torres walks through them. She's like, hey, they ain't bothering me. I'm gonna walk right through your stuff. So I don't know, man. Um, the boss said, I hope we see more of Lemos' ground game in this fight. Yeah, for sure. I want to see more of a ground game here, man, because it could be it could be a little competitive as far as, like I said, just Angela Hill never being knocked out. Go back and look at her fights and find out why. Like she's lost so many times, but find out why she's never been knocked out. Like go back and look. You know, BJ, what's up? BJ said, "Don't get your hopes up." Why you think Angela? You think Angela Hill's gonna win this fight, BJ? What you talking about? Don't get your hopes up about what? You think Angela Hill gonna win? Oh, BJ already against Lemos. See, BJ said, "Don't get your hopes up. Lemos gonna lose." Anyway, Hill again. If you go back and study some of her fights, she's a good survivor. She's a good survivor. You know what I mean? She knows how to avoid big punches. She is tough. So that could be a factor in this fight. Like I said, she could go on survival mode and then boom, Lemos is gonna be like, hey, you know, you said you got it backwards. You got what backwards? Don't get your hopes up about Angela Hill. Oh, what you talking about, BJ? Who's got their hopes up? What you talking about? We talking about what she needs to do, if that's what you talking about. I mean, you just came in, so I don't know where you at, B. I mean, who's got their hopes up about Angela Hill winning this fight, though? BJ got me lost. I don't know what he talking about. Anyways, Angela Hill, like I said, very good at surviving, and that can kind of throw fighters off that are used to knocking people out. So if you play that math, if you play that kind of math, it sometimes works because that fighter knows how to survive, and that fighter over here wants to score a knockout. That's why I say it's very important that we see the ground game here. It's very important that we see the ground game and we see her get taken to the ground. And that's why I say ignore the head hunt. Ignore the head hunting. We got to see body work. We got to see it chopped down. Got to see it chopped down. Not too many people work Angel Hill's body. That's why she's gone the distance so many times. Like they either take her down and submit her like Randa Marcos or Rose, but they don't really focus on chopping her down. You know, let's see, because I want to study her resume. Look at it. Let's see. Look at these wins. Who is she defeated? Like the fighters that don't give her trouble. Carnelossi, you know, not really a problem. Didn't really bring the power. Didn't really bring the ground game. Hannah Cyphers, she wasn't bringing much. Angela Hill, she walked through her. That was the first time she went on a good stoppage win in a row. And first she beat Carnelossi and Hannah Cyphers. So it's definitely the competition there. Then she beat Loma Labutni. That was the size. Both Muay Thai fighters, but that came down to size. I think size and work rate. But when it came down to those steps up in competitions, they were close fights. I thought she won them, but she still couldn't make solid adjustments against like Claudia Gadelia and Michelle Waterson and so on. But she avoided any of those big head kicks from Waterson. She was avoiding any kind of power from Claudia. If you go all the way back, she avoided power punches from Courtney Casey. Lost that fight, but none of these fighters were able to really hurt her or get her out of there. Even Jessica Andrade wasn't. Let me see. MJ said Hill will circle around in the octagon just like she did against Andrade. No, I was talking about that earlier. She's gonna try, but it's different. It's not gonna work the same way. It's got to be angles because Andrade is a different puncher. Andrade is going to chase you. Lemos, educated, very smart. Her knockouts don't come the same way Andrade does. Andrade is brute. She's coming in swinging. Lemos sets her punches up like a boxer. Lemos is going to walk you down. So the circling, it's not really going to work the same way. It's going to have to be angles. If she tries just circling and just running, she's going to get taken down, or she's going to get walked into that fence, and then Lemos is going to boom, catch her. BJ said, no, you were saying what Hill should do. And I said, don't get your hopes up. She never does what she should do. Oh, we come on, B. We talk about what she should do. We talk about everybody should do. Yeah. And I'm not hoping she does it. I'm saying she should do it. You know what I mean? I mean, she does survive, if that stands for anything. Hill should not stand in front of Lemos, but circle around and point fight. Yeah, you got to use angles. You got to stay away from the right hand. Hell, you got to stay away from the left hook. I don't think just stepping straight in is going to be, a good idea for Angela Hill. When you go back and look at some of these fights of Hill, she does have a very awkward style, and it can just offset you, if you're not prepared. It mostly offsets the fighters like Hannah Cyphers and Carnelossi, but it's not that dangerous. It's not that troublesome. But you still want to be on your game. Like I said, you never know what could happen in these fights. You never know what could happen. So Lemos, to me, just has to be Lemos. Take it to the ground, apply pressure, and just chop away, work your way up. Chop the foundation first. Yeah, Robot Chicken. She's a very accurate puncher. Very accurate. Yeah, for sure. He has good defense against lower level. Yeah, this is a different ball game, man. Yeah, this is very different, man. Because Lemos, educated, man. More and more I look at her position, her poise. She definitely gives like. I mean, as far as what I see when it comes to like technique, she definitely gives like Marina Rodriguez a run for her money. Like I like Marina's style, but Lemos, some about the way she strikes. The way she measures range. And, she'll kind of feint with the left hand and then come over top with the right. Very, very very impressive. That's why it's hard to believe she's the number 11, man. But what do I think, man? I think that. Oh, hang on, let me see. The boss said Lemos looks like a future champion. There's no way she loses to Angela Hill. No, um, I don't think she does. Really, I'm more so at this point. Well, yeah, let me go ahead and get that. My prediction. I think Amanda Lemos, she can do this, man. I think she can do this thing by. I'm gonna go with. Mm, I think Lemos. I think she could get it. I think she could get a first round stoppage against Hill. Honestly, if she doesn't stop her in the first round, it's probably going to be a decision, man. It- It's probably going to be a decision. Like I could see her stopping her, man, for real. It's really a take your pick type of thing. I don't see Lemos losing the Hill. It's more so what fashion she does it. That's kind of where I'm at with this fight. I'm kind of like, okay, is it going to be a knockout? Is it going to be a decision or a submission? That's basically the choices we got. You know, I not disrespecting Angela Hill. I just think that Lemos is in a different place right now, and her tools are just so sharp, and her punches, oh man, like her punches, man, damn. This girl hits with bad intentions, man, and I don't know if Hill's chin can stand to that. And even then, like I said, if she lands one big one, two, and Angela Hill survives, she's gonna be in survival mode for the next 2 rounds. Like, yeah, I agree with that, MJ, on that part. Like, she probably will be in survival mode for the rest of the fight, like she did against Andrade. But I still think that eventually, if she goes into complete survival mode, Lemos is gonna catch up, and she's gonna be putting some hard punches together, man. Hard punches, hard punches, man. I want to read some of these articles too, man. Or these interviews, the little text here, like how confident Amanda Lemos is. Let's see. BJ said Lemos looks like a future champion, but O'Neal doesn't. Oh man, BJ over here troll. Oh man. I mean, did you just say that, BJ? Did you just say that? You think O'Neal looks like a champion? You think Casey O'Neal looks like a champion? This is coming from somebody who likes Casey O'Neal too. People get me wrong. Like they think I don't like Casey O'Neal because I'm not saying she's a champion or that she could beat Valentina. No, I like Casey O'Neal as a fighter. Wait a minute, let's see. No, the boss said Lemos looks like a future champion. Casey O'Neal doesn't. Okay, there's two different. He said one thing and you saying another. You put Casey O'Neal's name in there too. No, but the boss is on it. The boss is on to something. She does look like a future champion. I mean, look at her skills. But look at Casey O'Neal's, man. Amanda Lemos is sharper. Enough said. I mean, I saw what you did there, BJ trying to be slick. He tried to put it on the boss. No, the boss is right. The boss is right. He said Lemos looks like a future champion. And you said Casey O'Neal doesn't? Like she does. No freaking way, man. Like I said, I like. Yeah, see, the boss said, he said, I'm saying Lemos does, but no, O'Neal doesn't. Exactly. Again, let me go back to what I was saying. I like Casey O'Neal, right? I like her as a fighter. But she's not championship material yet, man. She's not a contender. She doesn't look like a contender yet, man. Let's be real. What has she done to look like a top 5 fighter? See, if you look at Amanda Lemos and her skills, And what she does, that looks like a fighter that's gonna give somebody problems. I mean, we can already match her up against Tisha. Uh, um, well, we had Nina, but she ducked out. I mean, that tells you something right there. What has Casey O'Neill done though? What has Casey O'Neill done? That's what I need to know. And don't say she finished 3 people in a row because Amanda Lemos is 4-0 right now. All right. What has she done? She's 4-0 right now. She's got people ducking her. They holding her back. What has Casey done? Come on, BJ. What has Casey O'Neill done? What is it about her style that makes her look like she's top 5 material? Because top 5 material, they look a certain way. What does top 5 fighters look like? They look sharp. They look disciplined. They don't look sloppy. Their defense looks good. The striking looks decent. Whatever it is that their strong suit looks good. But I need to know, like, where's Casey O'Neill looking like a world beater, as you like to say, as you like to say. Yeah, we ain't talking about what people have done. We're talking about what it looks like. That's exactly what we're saying, and that's where I'm always beating a dead horse because nobody gets that. Like, it's always what has this person done, and we're talking about sharp skills that we don't see from green fighters. Like, again, my girl Manon, she looks sharp. She looks sharper than a lot of these fighters. I mean, compare Manon's technique to Casey. Casey O'Neill still green. Manon is a little older, so give her that. She looks better. Amanda Lemos, she's 34 years old. She's fighting a little bit more mature. She looks better than Casey O'Neill. Looks more like a world beater, a possible world beater. That's all we saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm speaking for me. I think Amanda Lemos is shown more off the eye test and the skills. Okay. Casey O'Neill got work to do. You mess around, put Casey O'Neill there with Jennifer Meyer now. BJ, I know you probably put Casey in there with Jennifer Meyer right now, and she wound up getting toe up. Toe up. But we're going to get back on topic here in a minute. Let me see. Robot Chicken said, I'll put Blanchfield over Casey. Definitely. Absolutely. 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 Brian Williams said, BJ, if you don't, Lemos looks like a better fighter than Casey, then you need to get your eyes checked. Dang. That's all. That's all I'm saying, BJ. Who looks like a better fighter? We're not talking about what you've done, but who looks like they don't need to improve in basic areas? Like, whose basic fundamentals look better? What I'm saying is neither of them have done nothing but to put that title of future champion on Lemos, but frown when I say O'Neal is going to cause problems baffles me. It shouldn't baffle you, BJ. You can always have that one person that you look at and say, that looks like a future champion. You know why? Because of their skills and their dominance. Okay? Like, you look at her and you say, okay, if the boss says, dang, this girl is sharp, like this girl can knock people out, especially this is a strawweight division, you could say, oh man, like, look at her skills. Like, I could see her as a champion, right? He's not saying she is going to be champion right now. He's saying, I could see it in the future. But when you see Casey O'Neill right now, she's very raw. She's tough. She's just beating up girls around her right now. It's still kind of tough to say because, the future's a little different, man, for that type of style because there's so many other styles that could, knock her off the block because her fundamentals aren't as sharp as the older fighters. So that's what I'm saying. You got to respect what the older fighters already accomplished as far as technique. That's all I'm saying, and I think that's all he's saying. I mean, the Bosch. I mean, are you still here? I mean, is that what you think? I mean, I'm just kind of speaking for him here because I don't see him in here anymore. But, um, well, I mean, he probably is maybe doing something. He just said the Bosch. Let me see. There, he's not there. So Joe Jua could have, no matter what we think they should do, it's up to the fighter. No, Joe Jua didn't. She didn't look like it. She just didn't look like it. She just didn't look like it. Joe Jua, again, like you just throwing names out there. When I look at Joe Jua, it's like I don't see anything right here. I mean, they skipped her ahead from a regional organization. She didn't even go to Invicta. She went straight to the UFC off of 4 wins. I was already like, no, I don't see, I can't see her as that. See, I go and look at Lemos and say this girl gives problems because she's finishing girls in 1 round. She's not struggling. Again, she's not struggling with lower competition. Same like Manon. Manon is not struggling with lower competition. She's looking good while she's doing it. Granted, Casey O'Neill, she finished 3 people, but there were some things I seen in those fights where I was like, okay, dang, Laura Procopio snapping Casey O'Neill's head back. I was like, dang, Casey O'Neill's getting her head snapped back in that fight. Time to work on defense, you know? She getting caught with some body kicks from Shanna Dobson before she stopped her. Uh-oh, that's something we got to work on, you know? And then I look at her again just as an all-around fighter. I'm like, what is she going to do to give what's she going to do to give Andrea Lee trouble or Jennifer Maya? Like, what's she going to do? Hell, people are still thinking Roxanne's going to beat her. I'm going to just say that. I'm going to just leave that right there because a lot of people think Roxanne still can beat her. And I think she can too. Roxanne could probably beat her. I don't know if she can take the approach that Viviana Rujo and Taylor Santos did. Casey O'Neill doesn't look as sharp as Taylor or Viviana. I mean, when you don't look at the Viviana Rujo issues with the cardio, other than that, I mean, everything else is good. If she didn't have cardio issues, she'd be top 5. That's the only thing holding her back. But Casey still got a lot of work. She's only 26 years old. That's all I'm saying. Because it was, let's say if Lemos is in the same division. If Lemos had to fight Roxy next, I would say Lemos got this. You know why? Because I think she's sharper. And again, she's more mature. And she has certain things about her that's going to carry her well in the fight. That's all I'm saying. BJ said y'all will learn one day what the dominant skill set is. We literally just saw it play out with Pena. He said he gonna jump on the train. See BJ jumping too far ahead. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. You know, everybody does that though. Like nobody understands like when I say, okay, this person has potential. Like nobody understands what potential and what contender is. I think the Bosch gets it. Like I think the Bosch is the only one not in the twilight zone. I think when I say that the Bosch is the only one. I think no, 2BC gets it the other day. I mean, like I think I'm the only one in the twilight zone when I say that, man. Because like same with Miranda. As soon as I said Miranda had something, you know, people started saying, "Oh, as soon as she lost, I told you so." I was like, I never said Miranda was the GOAT. I said she had something, you know? And when you have something, you can either work with it or you can let it die and you fall off. You know, it's still like early to tell, but I'm saying like you have something that stands out above the crowd you're around. That's all I'm saying. you know? Oh, BJ. What sounds dumb, BJ? What I got to know. What sounds dumb? What sounds dumb, BJ? Yeah, go ahead and tell me while I'm still talking anyway. I got to know. Um, so yeah, I'm going with Amanda Lemos to win this fight. I think she can do it. It's just a matter of how she does it. I think that's what we're really going to be taking bets on. Like, is she going to stop her inside three, or is she going to go to the decision? Will she be the first? Hey, I don't know, man, because Amanda Lemos was the first to stop Souza, right? So she might be the first to stop Hill. You know what I mean? Was she the first to stop Ruiz? Yeah. Dang, man, this girl's power ain't no joke. Mm-mm-mm. Obi just said it sounds dumb saying and new Lamos. Well, yeah, I mean that's because you jumping too far ahead. That's why it sounds dumb. Like it would sound dumb as the saying and new Casey O'Neill. You know what I mean? Like that would sound dumb too. Like that's because you're jumping a whole bridge. Like you don't see where we coming from. Like if you say you like to do this off of eye test, like if you're just looking at what Lamos does, you would see what we're talking about. You would see what I'm talking about. Lamos looks the part of a potential champion, where Casey O'Neill, she's in a stage where she can be made to improve, or she could fall off the grid. She's in a stage where she's in a make or break stage as far as like how she can be molded. She could be polished or she could just regress. I don't see anything that really stands out about Casey O'Neill, is what I'm saying. Like when you see Lemos, you say, okay, this girl's got something. She's got it. And the more and more you feed it, it becomes a monster and it takes over. Now, am I saying that she make it 100%? Absolutely not. Anything could happen. But off of what I'm seeing, who looks better, Lemos or O'Neal? Two different divisions. Answer that question for me. Who looks better? Even you, BJ, be honest. Who looks better, Lemos or O'Neal? Be honest. Who looks better? And don't even try to bring up the competition. Just tell me who looks better at what they do. Who doesn't look like who looks like a higher level fighter? Come on. If they're fighting the same level of competition, Lemos has got everybody out. She stopped everybody. Angela Hill, excuse me, Casey O'Neill. She's got 3 stoppages in a row. But look at some of the holes in there. Let me see. Man, Robot Chicken said, yeah, combo that one troll act like he never got anything right in his life before. He kept going on about Maverick losing. Real winners don't move like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to hear that noise. Like somebody, it's only with one fighter too. Like when it comes to the one fighter, it's like you dying to tell me I told you so off of Miranda Maverick, and I'm like, what? Come on, like when did I say Miranda Maverick was going to hold the belt? Like when did I say Miranda Maverick was number 1 or number 2? When did I say Miranda was going to knock out Jessica Andrade? Never. I said she had something. I said she had something. She still has it, and it's a potential thing. You can either make it or you can lose focus and lose like she did Saturday night, right? I never said she was great. I never said she was top 5. People just they 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 hear what's not said. Let's just put it that way. They hear what's not said, or they just don't like a fighter. They don't like the fact Miranda called out Valentina. Let's put it that way. When you don't abide by their rules, you call out their champion, they get mad. That's what that is. Amanda Lemos ain't no closer to goal than Casey, no matter how long or short they've been in the game. It's landing them in the same spot. Answer the question, BJ. No, it's not about who is closer to goal, who looks better. All right, you said Casey O'Neill. I mean, no, like it's not about who's your type of fighter because even if I'm not a fan of that style, I'm going to tell you who looks better. You know, I just want an honest answer based off of unbiased. Like Casey O'Neill. If Casey O'Neill had Aaron Blanchfield's technique, then I would probably say Casey O'Neill, right? But I'm not basing it off my type of fighting. Like I like striking, but I just think Amanda Lemos looks mature. She looks mature. She looks sharper. Regardless if that was my favorite style. That's all I'm saying. Like we ain't even talking about my favorite styles here, because Miranda's a grappler. Miranda's a grappler, but I rate her high. She's not a pure striker, but I think she has some good styles. Aaron Blanchfield. I think Aaron Blanchfield looks better than O'Neal, and that's not based off of what style favors me. That's based off of being polished. That's based off of improvements and just the technique, the growth. No, like it's all MMA though. That's what I'm saying. Like it's all MMA. Like we're talking about just pure fighters here. Like if that was the case, then we couldn't say who's better, Nunes or Shevchenko, right? Like who's pound for pound better. That's the argument going around right now, right? Shevchenko, Nunes, who's better? Um, the argument stands the same because this is all the UFC. It's all MMA. So you can base it off of something. Like you can still tell who's a sloppy wrestler versus a polished striker. You know what I mean? Like this, the polished striker, polished boxer, polished kickboxer looks better than the sloppy wrestler, right? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying like you can tell who looks better off of who's been doing what they've been doing longer and who looks like they really grown as a fighter. That's what I mean. Like, styles aren't really coming into play. We can just tell who looks better off of what they do, and then they're doing it right. Okay, let's see though. Lemos, let me pull this up. Lemos said this. All right. Lemos wants to get that knockout. This is her recent interview. She said, look, Angela's very good. She comes from kickboxing, but I think I'm going to be able to impose my strategy, my game. I'm pretty sure that once she feels my hands, she's going to go down. Pay attention because Saturday I'm going to have another knockout. It's a bold prediction, but not an inaccurate one. They said 7 of her 10 fights came by her fist. Okay, yeah. She said 10 professional wins have come via her fist. She said maybe in 1 or 2 fights, I think after winning against Angela, I'm going to get a top 10, and then I can get a top 5 opponent. I'll be right there. Yeah, man. She said the ultimate goal is the champion, Rose. But she said it may be another 1 or 2 fights. She can be there. See, that's how close she is, BJ. Like, again, that's how close Amanda Lemos is to getting the belt. It's close. It's closer than Casey. Like I can see after this fight, Amanda Lemos is due a top 10 opponent. Casey O'Neill still has Roxy in front of her, who's not a top 10. Casey's still a few levels behind. Casey's still getting the top 15, whereas Amanda Lemos is about to get a top 10. Then she's getting a top 5, possibly. If she gets that top 5, hey, championship not too far away. If she continues to knock people out the way she's doing, she's there. But I think even you want to bring up styles though. Casey O'Neill, she's going to have some trouble with, the road ahead of her. Again, Roxy. After Roxy, there's going to be some other people out there that could, give her a lot of trouble. Now, I'm not saying Lemos is not going to have any trouble, but, I think Lemos just has more tools, That's what it's coming down to. She looks sharper. So that's interesting, man. We know Lemos is going to be going for that knockout. She might be the first to knock out Angela Hill. We never know, though, right? But what do y'all think? Who was that? Ernest asked me why was Marina Rodriguez's picture up here. Well, it's looking like Marina might get the title shot, man. Who knows? She could get it next. That'd be kind of messed up if she did. She got it. I'll definitely watch it. But you know how Dana White moves. So if she gets it, I would understand because of Dana White. But I know Carla would have to feel a certain way. Especially when Carla already beat Marina. Whether you think she won or not, she has a win over her. She has a dub over her. So I kind of feel like, wow, man, like if Marina, she steps over Carla, that's going to be crazy, man. That is going to be crazy. She did go 3-0 this year, though. That's impressive. Knocking Dern out. Knocking Ebos out. Beat Waterson, Dern. Yeah, she's in a good place, but I don't know. Like, Marina, exciting fighter, but even she wants to go by the rankings. She said Carla deserves it. And, I still agree with that. Like, I would watch this fight with Rose and Marina, but, Dana got to stop playing, man. Like, Dana knows, like, does he not have faith in his champion? Like, does he not think Rose could beat Carla? Is he worried? Is he worried, like, if Carla wins, then the division gets boring because she's a wrestling champion? You know what I mean? Is that why he's so keen on making her fight till she loses? He's probably like, dang it. Put Carla in there with Joanna next. Put her in there with Wei Lee. Put her in there with Dern. He really trying to get her beat, man. Because it might come down to styles too. Because, Rose brought that up. That's a stupid reason, like I said. But, politically, they would do that. They would say, I don't like this style. So we're going to make her fight Joanna. Then Joanna wins. But then Joanna would fight for the title. And Joanna's already 0-3, 0-2 against the champion, man. That would be stupid. Just go ahead and give a person the title shot. This fight has a very good history. Rose, she could right that wrong. Rose wants to fight. So come on. Robot Chicken said Marina versus Lemos. Who wins? Ooh, man. Good fight, man. Good fight. It would come down to strikers. Right now I would say Marina. I would say Marina right now because of, what she's done and how good she is with her hands and her level. So, I gotta go with Marina right now. If Lemos does some more knockouts, if Lemos knocks out Angela Hill, Tisha Torres, and Yan Xiaonan, don't even have to be all three of them, but maybe some more. Hey, then we'll talk. There's still like a big, like a 8 opponent gap between them, 7-8 opponent. So I don't want to I'm not gonna take away from Marina like that. Believe me, I love Lemos' style, but I gotta go with Marina right now because of her tenacity and her survival skills. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna still go with her for right now. Put a couple more wins under her belt for Lemos and then we'll talk. Definitely can't do that because Marina, she's beat a lot of good fighters. I mean, her resume is better. I mean, resume and skill, nah. I have to agree. Yeah, BJ, you agree with me on that? I got to pick Marino over Lemos for right now. For right now, it's not far off, but yeah, I still got to go with Marina now. I mean, everything she's done, her skills stand for something. You know, I don't want to jump ship like that. Like I said, what I'm seeing in Lemos right now could be Marina's already there. You know, definitely, yeah, definitely. Uh-oh. Yeah, yeah. You heard him, Robot Chicken. You said it once. You said it twice. You heard what Robot Chicken said. He said the same thing twice. We know that Rose is the two-time champion. You heard him. He said third time, third strike, you out. Lolita said Lemos herself has said she will fight for the belt in 2022. Yeah, that would be awesome, man. I mean, if she has an active year next year, maybe a top 10, a top 5, and then the championship. Now, if you say, okay, I will say this though, Lemos versus Zhang Wei Li, this is the exception right here. I might have to favor Lemos a little bit here because of styles, particular styles. When we talking particular styles, I might have to lean towards Lemos on a Zhang Wei Li note. Let me just put it that way. That's the exception right there. I mean, Lemos over Zhang Wei Li, Lemos over Dern. Lemos beats Dern to me. I just think that Marina has a better resume than most of them, and she's very tough and she's educated on the feet. Probably just as educated on the feet. So yeah, that style is like a tough one to call. But Lemos is when she takes on Dern, man. Oh man, that would be crazy. And I'd say Lemos could. I think Lemos could turn the lights out on Zhang Weili, man. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, man. I think she could. Let me see. Robot Chicken said I can see it give Lemos versus Yawn. Yeah, Lemos versus Yawn, that would be a good fight. I got Lemos in that fight. I'd have to go with Lemos in that fight. The one thing I will say about Lemos is her commitment to some of these power punches will probably definitely knock out Dern. Okay, BJ says she ain't beating Dern. What does Dern have that's gonna upset Lemos? That's what I need to know. Like, we already saw what Rodriguez did. I mean, for y'all that picked Dern to win that fight, hey, respect, respect. I see where y'all were coming from, but I had to pick Marina to beat Dern. If Dern couldn't handle that type of striking and that type of pressure, that type of range, like, what is she going to do against a great striker like great distance, fighter that knows how to keep great distance? Like, what do you think, man? Like, what is Dern going to do, BJ? I got to know. Brian said Marina's length could be a problem for Lemos. It could be. Let me see how far off is her length. Let's see how much taller is she? She's 1 inch taller than Lemos, and 1 inch taller and 1 inch reach advantage. That ain't too much. Nah, I don't know. I don't think Rodriguez is up. It won't be too much if she ain't that much taller and that much longer. I think she could get around it. It would be tough because them kicks would come in. Yeah, like that's the exception. Like Lemos versus Rodriguez is. I still have to say Marina for now because she's already been there, done that. Good resume, good skills. The rest of them, like Dern, Dern already shown how she handles a striker like Marina, right? Unless she gets it to the ground, that's the only way she's gonna win, BJ. I mean, other than that, no. Like Lemos is gonna win on the feet pretty much. And if Dern comes running in with her head down like she's been doing, she might get knocked out. Yeah, that's why I say, yeah, 1 inch reach advantage ain't much. 1 inch height advantage, that ain't much. Yeah. He's a Marina's length. He said Lemos honestly is really good at punching. I love her striking. Yeah. Lolita said Lemos is a predator. Yeah, she's a very, very cold blooded, like Aaron. Very cold blooded, man. She'll really, really stalk you. She like Manon. Manon in her own way, she's a predator too, man. And like that's what these divisions need, man. They need more predators. Robot Chick said people are calling Lemos the female version of Jose Aldo. He kind of agree. I hope she can be more than that. You know what I mean? I hope she could be a little bit more. I heard some people say that, but I hope she can be more and learns from those mistakes. Uh, let's see. So yeah, man, she's looking to stop. Lemos is looking to stop Angela Hill. He says she's looking for the stoppage. Oh, I see Panty Kansan called out Misha Tate. Panty Kansan calling out Misha Tate now too. I see. Ain't gonna be an easy fight though, man. Like you gotta have that size. That's how Caitlin Vieira won. Just checking out some stuff here. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm gonna go for Panty in that fight, though. Honestly, like I would want Panty to win. I'm more of a fan of Panty than I am of Misha Tate. Lolita said Misha Tate can't fight anymore. Yeah, Brian Williams said, "Yeah, Panty. Yeah, I like Panty. He's cool." Stamina said, "Lad versus Tate. Yeah, it's personal." What did Aspen Lad call Misha Tate Karen Tate? Did somebody call her a Karen? I can't remember if it was Aspen Lad. I think everybody else just called her that, because she was butting her nose into the business and, saying, I think this, I think that. So she got called Karen Tate or something like that. I thought it was Aspen Lad, but it might not have been Aspen Lad that called her Karen, or Karen Tate. I thought it was funny though. I thought that was funny. If Lemos knocks out Hill, she might continue to get ducked. I know, Marcus. That's what I'm scared of. Like if she knocks her out, everybody's going on vacation, man. Man, if she knocks her out, everybody's going on vacation. Dang. Yeah, yeah, all those alleged. Yeah, yeah. I just want to see her, you know, come in her own shell, and I want to see her develop a skill that's, just lamos. That's just me. Like sometimes when people say, "Oh, this person's that person," or "This person's like them," I want to see something from them now. No, lamos equals high risk, high hospital bills. Mhm. High risk. Yep, high medical bills. No filter said, "Watch the narrative change once Misha dominates her next opponent. Just watch." Was who's her next opponent going to be? Aspen Lad, you think? I mean, since you lost to Ketlin, I really don't want to see that fight anymore. I'd rather see her fight somebody like Julia Avila or Carol Rosa. Yeah, I'd rather see that because Aspen Lad. I don't even know if she's gonna make 135 anymore. So I pass on that for right now. Mm, 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 mm. Is it Aspen? I know Aspen was calling it out again, right? I think she was. Hold on. Mm, 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 mm. Oh yeah, yeah. I see. Aspen Lad agreeing to Misha Tate matchup. She said we got next. Uh oh. Uh oh. Let me see if I can play this footage. Oh. Oh. She said the fight would be personal. Yeah. Let me see. Okay, yeah, she said, Aspen said, you said some things. Let's go handle this like adults about her cheating the scale. She said, I think so. You definitely stirred the pot quite a bit. We all have life experiences. Um, but without knowing what happened to another person, you just can't apply like your triggers. What's wrong with you to them? She has a tendency to see the world through what's happened to her in her past. Dang. As Belaz said, she has a tendency to see the world through what's happened to her in her past. She said, I don't want to talk ish. I definitely want that fight. You said some things. Let's go handle this like adults here. Okay. Well, okay. She said her next fight's definitely going to be a 135. Every time I tried to do it back to back like that, it hasn't gone well. Mm. But that's weird. She said, so what is she going to do though? Like, if she became champion, now listen to this. Look, she said that's why 45 has always been interesting to me because I can do 35, then I can do 45 a few weeks later. That's fine, but I can't just do 35 and then 35. So how does she expect to be champion and keep the belt? I don't get that. Like Aspen Lad, okay, are you trying to do like Amanda, do 45, 35? Like, so if you win the belt at 35, you just gonna basically give it up or take a year off or like take a long time off. Like she said she can't do 35s back to back. So if she won the belt, we definitely wouldn't be seeing her fight in an, she wouldn't be active. Let's put it that way. She would not be active. That's crazy. Like, how far off did she make back? Like back to back, like after 12 weeks. Let's see, it's about 12 weeks. That was about time period it takes to make to takes me to do it in a healthy and exact way. Okay, about 12 weeks. So every like 4 or 5 months. I mean, that's fine. She should be able to make 135 every 5 months. MJ said, "Can you believe that Aspen Ladd is on the pound for pound list?" Ugh, no, I can't. How did she earn that? I never really paid attention to the rest of the names. I mean, because they don't really make sense anyway. How is she number 15? How is she number 15? Jennifer Maya should be ranked higher than her. How is she number 15 in the pound for pound, man? That's crazy. Jennifer Maya should be that. I don't get that. Hmm. Stammer said maybe she doesn't expect to be champion. Maybe she's happy to just be a prize fighter she she's to be champion, she'd have to make weight or lose the belt before she even fights. Might as well knock her out down the rankings then. Get her out that number 3 spot. Because that ain't no good thinking. But I mean, if it's done every 12 weeks, that's what, 4 months? I mean, she should be able to do it. Her win over Lena Landsberg did it, right? Or her potential fight with Macy Chase on. That never happened. Yeah, I don't get that. Number 15. How's she round out number 15 at pound for pound? Like, no, I put Jennifer Maya there before I would put Aspen Ladd there. She hasn't done anything, man, in the past 2 years. So I'm just saying. Anyways, it's time to roll out. I am done for the night. Maybe we'll be back on tomorrow. Maybe we gotta get BJ on here tomorrow because BJ over here talking about Casey O'Neill look better than Lemos. I mean, come on, man. Like, I mean, I know they got their own styles, but I mean, come on. You should be able to tell me what looks good and what doesn't look good. I mean, if you want to say it's apples and oranges, I mean, you know what a rotten apple looks like and a fresh orange looks like, right? Like if I sit down a rotten apple in a fresh orange, tell me which one looks good. They may not be the same. Hey, they may not be the same fruit, right? They may not be the same fruit, but you can tell me which one looks bad, right? I'm just saying. Because I'll be live tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, be live. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Live tomorrow here or, live over there. What time tomorrow? I'll probably be on here at 7. I know you come on like 8 o'clock or something, or 9. Yeah, I'll be on like 10. So, hey, let me know. Hold on. Let me see this stuff here. So, yeah, that's my picks too for this weekend. I know I got Lemos, I got Sarge, and I got Macy. Who you got, BJ? Do you got Macy or Rocky? This thing's gonna be a 145. So who do you got? You got Macy Chase on now? Macy Chase on. Yeah, I gotta go with Macy. I mean, this fight is at 145, so I gotta go with Macy, man. Yeah, man. Yep. Gotta go with Macy now, man, because this is a big change. Big change. Either Macy's gonna finish her in like 2 or 3. Yeah, I think so. I think Sarge is gonna win by a decision, and I think Lemos might get a knockout or a very dominant decision. Stamina says Macy getting any flack for this 145-pound thing. I don't think so. Why should she? I don't think she is. I mean, I don't think she deserves it because I mean she's a natural featherweight. Do you mean as far as like people saying she should have dropped down in weight? It was short notice, so I wouldn't. Y'all, dang man, y'all on Macy, man, because she chose not to fight Aspen, man. Y'all on her, man. Y'all are on her behind, man. What is wrong with y'all, man? She got look, it's her choice. She's probably teaching Aspen lad a lesson. Macy always made weight. Yeah, Macy's big, man. Macy could be 155 for real. I think we might see the old Macy in this fight, though, man. Macy's huge, man. I think there was something more to it, though, man. Like, I think she's taking this short notice fight because she knew they could probably get it to 145. So, is it Rocky versus Macy? Yeah, it's Rocky versus Macy at 145. Yeah, I think if Macy's probably knew she could work that in short notice 145, she was like, let's do it. Has Raquel fought it? Has Raquel ever fought at 145? I wonder how she gonna take this. Man, I don't know if she could take this type of power from Macy because Macy hits. Macy can hit, man. I will be disappointed if Macy loses as far as like pushing her. I'm gonna say, oh wow, you couldn't do that. I mean, I'm not gonna throw her off the train, but I'm gonna just be like, what? You ain't take advantage of that weight? I'm gonna be like, yo, you back at your home weight and you didn't take advantage? Because she's always looked okay at 135. She hasn't looked her best, man. That's why she need to be at 145. Maybe she was tired of trying to make that weight. It's hard for Macy to make that weight. It's hard for her to make that weight. Y'all just don't understand. Like it's harder for her. I think it is because she's so big. Yeah, I didn't think she had. Yeah, I didn't think she had been there before. Yeah, I didn't think so. Mm-mm. Okay, y'all. I don't know. Stream tomorrow. I think I'll do the stream tomorrow. What I want to see. What's my Christmas list for 2022? The stuff I want to see in WMMA. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I think. Yeah, I'll be on at 7 tomorrow. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that tomorrow. Friday night. Okay. I want to check something real quick. It's the last card of the year too, right? Yes, sir. December 18th. Got to go out with a bang. Last card of the year. Hmm. Man, we got Kayla out here talking junk to Pena too, man. Yeah, we'll stream tomorrow at 7. Yeah, Mary, make sure you come in tomorrow, man. We're gonna talk some more straw weights. I know you. We got to talk, Mary. I know, Mary. You gotta. What are your thoughts on Carla still not getting this title shot? What are your thoughts on Marina possibly jumping ahead? You know, uh, I know you look at the strawweight division like that too. That's a big one for you. I know you watch all the fights, but I mean, yeah, you got to come in tomorrow so we can talk about that, or come on, and whatever. Yeah, I can't wait to see her, man. Yeah, I've always wanted to see Megan and Macy fight, man. That would have been crazy. I would have to favor Megan in that fight, but you never know. Like I would pick Megan, yeah. Yeah, it sucks. Carl hasn't got it. I'm just ready for her to get it, man. I mean, I'd watch the Marina fight, but I mean, like, come on, man, stop playing. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. We had Kayla talking trash to Juliana Pena. She said Juliana Pena started it, right? I don't care if she started it, man. Juliana Pena's she's on a high right now. And Joe Rogan talking trash now about Joe Rogan talking trash about Amanda Nunes now. Man, I don't know, BJ. I'll send you a link tomorrow too, because I want to know your thoughts on what I was talking about. Like, fighters needing, these platforms like YouTube platforms. I want to get your thoughts on that. Before you jump on 8:30, I want you to come over here and answer a few questions. What's your thoughts on how valuable are we to the fighters in WMMA? That's some questions I got for you, BJ. Save your answer. You can come in tomorrow and you can answer that. Yeah, back to back. I mean, party starts here, then the party we going over to BJ's house and we about to wreck shop, man. So yeah, I'll be on at 7 for sure, and BJ will be on at 8:30. Yeah, so let's do that. Yeah, he'll be available. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that, man. All right, gotta stretch it out. Get up out this chair. I'm done. I gotta go get something to eat, y'all. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all come in tomorrow, 7 p.m. We'll rock. 7:15 maybe if I'm late. I'm there, I'm kind of late sometimes. So yeah, 7:15. Uh-oh, open link over there too. Oh yeah, bringing the smoke. Bringing the smoke. All right, y'all. I'm getting up out. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. Like always, I'm Combo Breaker 99. See y'all later. I'm out. Peace.